Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Super happy to be on this call today. I'm just feeling really like high vibration, happy, excited for what the rest of my life looks like. Just to kind of give you sort of the rest of the story, if you were listening to the call yesterday, I shared that I was experiencing a situation in my family and was, not really 100% certain what to do with that. And I got a really awesome inspiration at the end when we were walking through our permission process. And the instruction came to me to ask, let's see, you remember exactly what the question was. Are you willing to change your opinion? I had received an email from my daughter that was a little bit disturbing. And the question was, are you willing to change your opinion? And in the moment, I thought that meant I was supposed to march up to her house and ask her, are you willing to change your opinion of me? But after the call, so to give you the rest of the story, I realized that I had been living in fear. And that as soon as I was able to step out of that fear, and I appreciate like 3 of you reached out to me and was really helpful in helping me to step out of my own fear to be able to see things for what they really were. And the question was actually for me. Am I willing to change my opinion? And it was so empowering to be able to know that I had control over the outcome based on this question. That, and as soon as I stepped out of my fear, I realized that was the question for me. Are you willing to change your opinion? And I said, absolutely yes. And when I took the fear out of it, I actually reread the email and I saw almost every single point that she had made was true. I was like, wow, thank you. And the inspired shortcut that I had yesterday was to call a family meeting, and I did that. And it was really cool because those of you who have followed me for a while or you've read my books, you know that I had a heart attack about 8 years ago. That was really the kind of the turning point for everything in my life. And that heart attack was caused by stress. And about 8 years ago, we had some things going on in our family that were really causing some stress. And I realized that yesterday that this was like the cycle. It was like a new experience, something slightly different, but it was like the perfect storm for that exact same thing to happen as it happened 8 years ago. And I'm so grateful that I had an opportunity to make a different choice this time, because 8 years ago, I had a heart attack. Today, I am feeling like so free and just cleansed of everything, the fear, everything, because of asking that question and having that family meeting yesterday, just following that inspired shortcut. And, 8 years ago, I thought I had to be the one to handle everything, and it caused a stress-related heart attack. So I'm just here to give you a testimony of daily GPS and asking for your inspired shortcuts and listening and obeying 100% immediately what you get, because your life is so much more happy, clear. I mean, I'm just like, I can't even say how grateful I am for the difference that I got to do a do-over from 8 years ago, and completely different this time. So thanks everybody for your concern. Those of you who were on the call yesterday, I know you were reaching out to me, and I really appreciate that. And just super grateful for this process that we do on the gratitude call every day. All right, so there's the rest of the story. If you want to know more, or if you are feeling like you're in a situation where you need that extra support, you can go to askwylene.com and schedule a 15-minute call with me, and we'll help you too. All right, so for today, jumping in today, we're going to start out our call with a private silent meditation on gratitude for cleansing, because that's just what I feel. And there were a lot of things that were shared before we started the recording. Fresh start, new beginnings, nourishing, clean water, cleansing power of water. There was just like so many things, even a good night's rest. So many things that really fit kind of in that same subject of cleansing. And so I feel like that's really appropriate for today. So gratitude for cleansing. We're going to do a 90-second private silent meditation and just write down whatever comes to you. Begin. All right. I gotta grab a drink. Hold on. Okay. I'm just really feeling the healing power of God, and also the healing power of experience and preparing it. This was an 8-year journey. I got to experience something that yesterday, that if I had known then 8 years ago what I know now, I could have created a totally different experience back then. Probably not a heart attack, but because of that heart attack, that was kind of my wake-up call, and it created space for me to become the person that I am today. So super grateful for the experience 8 years ago. Super grateful for the opportunity to choose different this time based on what I know now. And I don't know what the outcome is going to be from these new choices that I've made yesterday and today, but I know that it's going to be exciting. I know that it's not going to be a heart attack, and I'm just super excited for where I get to go from here. And I think just really a lot of gratitude for the patterns and cycles that we experience. A lot of people want to be like, oh my gosh, not again. But I'm super grateful that that happened again, and that I took that 8 years to really prepare for it. Who else has something they'd like to share?
I'm going to jump in.
Okay, thanks, Ruby. And then Michelle.
Gratitude for cleansing for me is extremely important. I suffer from PTSD at the hands of my mother. She abused me from birth. Never held me, never said anything nice. And usually when she touched me, it was to beat me. And because of that, I learned some very interesting things. I'm not whining and complaining. It's been a difficult adventure, but it's been a really good adventure for me, because it's given me an inner sense of strength. So my heart attack was learning how to overcome and forgive my abuser. You need to have honesty with yourself. You need to be honest with others. For so long, you get so shut down, you're afraid to communicate, and you can't be that way. You need to have charity. You need to love that person anyway. You need to find a way. I needed to find a way to still love my mother. You need to make and take the time to be one with the Lord. You need to admit your own fallacies and work on them. You need to, more important than anything, love yourself. Regardless of what anybody does to you or a heart attack, you've got to love yourself enough to keep that from happening again. Take care of yourself and don't be afraid to speak up, to say stop.
Beautiful. Thank you. I experienced that yesterday also as I was stepping out of the fear. I kind of checked in, and there was no harm done, basically. And I was able to forgive. That was a really beautiful experience for me yesterday as well. Thanks, Ruby. Michelle, you had something.
Yes. Thank you, Ruby, too. I needed to hear that. It's beautiful. I want to say how grateful I am for the divine intervention from God. Because I was thinking, as you know, during that time, how God has intervened in my life many times through my trials, through my depression, anxiety I've experienced through my life. And I had a wake-up call myself when I had postpartum depression with my third child. How God helped me hold my hand through that experience. I couldn't have done it without Him. And I know someday I will share that experience with others to help other women who have suffered depression, anxiety as well, through God's hand, as well as I just trust in Him. Trust His intervention and know that He will help me to guide me through my trials today, even through things that we experience with my own family. And it's a blessing to know that the intervention of God is so beautiful, how He knows how to intervene in a way that He sees more than we know. And I'm just grateful for that for today.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you. I know that God knows what's coming, and who knows, only God knows that if my experience from 8 years ago was specifically to prepare me for my experience of today. And I'm super grateful for Him walking with me through my trials as well. Who else?
Can I share something?
Yeah, Sybil, thank you.
It's interesting because I am doing a nutrition program, and it's very cleansing for my body. And as my body is cleansing, I'm having some detox symptoms, like I'm breaking out really bad. And it can be really frustrating when you're working so hard to cleanse, to heal, to clear all that stuff out. And all this stuff keeps coming up, because it's now being healed. And so it's safe for it to come and release and get looked at and taken care of. And I'm just grateful for that detox process that happens as we cleanse. I had a mentor that said, when we start healing our stuff, it's like cleaning out a closet. At first, it looks really worse. Mm-hmm. When you're cleaning that stuff out, you have to drag everything out, and it just looks like something exploded in your room. And then as you work on it, it gets more and more order, and it starts to look better. And so I'm just grateful to know about that detox period. I'm grateful to know that when we start cleansing, that stuff comes up, so that I don't turn away, so that I don't get scared, and I just can keep going. And I'm grateful for the things that I've been able to release as I've cleansed both my spirit and my body.
I love that. The thought came to me, I remember when my kids were little, we changed from carpet in their bedrooms to a laminate floor. And I remember my daughter coming to me, she was probably like 8 or maybe 10. And she goes, Mom, I hate this new floor. It gets so much dirtier than the other floor. And I'm like, no, it's just that you can see it now. The other one, the dirt was still there. It's just down in the carpet where you can't see it. And that's kind of what I thought of when you were talking about like breaking out as you're detoxing. Thank you. Who else? Let's get maybe one more share.
I'll share.
Okay, Melinda, thanks.
I am grateful for these experiences that God gives us to retake the test. Like,
Yes.
there's been so many times in my life too, from before understanding how to heal and understand how to kind of collaborate with my energy and my soul, that I've seen the past and now current using the right tools. And I'm like, oh man, it comes up. I'm like, I don't want to do this again. And then I remind myself, it's okay. You have the tools. You have Heavenly Father by your side. And now you get to see the difference. You get to see the change and the progress and have this testimonial in your life that Heavenly Father loves you and He's here for you. And like Ruby said, charity works in your life, and you get to come to know Christ more in your life and the true blessing and miracle that He has given us as He died for us.
Beautiful. Thank you. That I'm so grateful for that knowledge of the atonement as well, and really did give us the power to change. And I so appreciate that. I think it's just very good to mention that I'm a different person now. You know, every day when we're on this gratitude call, every day when we're doing our daily GPS, we are finding new beliefs, and we're really internalizing those new beliefs and having them become part of us, so that as we move forward every single day, we're a brand new person. That's, we're stepping out into the world as a new person because of the new beliefs that we're choosing into. And so if there's a situation that happens again, we can attack it from a different angle. We can see it from a different perspective. We can, maybe we have a new relationship with someone who can give us some more insight this time or whatever. We're a totally different person every single time we go through a similar situation. And eventually, I'm hoping that if we've learned the lesson, that maybe we don't have to have the situation anymore, that maybe that pattern can be completely changed and it becomes something, more positive and not so much of a learning experience. Any last thoughts before we shift over to our permission process?
I just had one thought. The first thing that came to my mind was the sacrament and just how we can just take our brokenness and just give it to Jesus, and that we just don't need to worry about it anymore. Just, oh yeah, okay, so you stepped out of the light, or you walked away from the light, and so now give that load to me and come back. So,
oh, awesome. Just additional confirmation of that atonement. Thank you. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Deep cleansing breath. And this time as you're breathing in, just allow that breath to fill you up, just to go beyond your lungs. Allow it to permeate the lining of your lungs and to fill your whole core of your body. And this time, allowing it to go all the way down into your legs and your feet and your arms and your fingertips, till you're completely filled with clean, fresh air. And just see it as it fills and it reaches every fiber of your being. And check inside and see, is there any area inside of your body that is resistant to this cleansing breath. Maybe there's a little dark spot somewhere, a little heaviness, a little block in there somewhere. And just notice where that is. And with this next cleansing breath, just gently and lovingly wrap the air around that area in your body that is feeling some resistance. And then with intention, breathe it back into the universe to be used in some productive way. God, just giving it back, giving it to Jesus and letting him use it in a way that is productive. If it's not allowing this clean, fresh air in, then there's something within you. There's something within that that is resisting. So it's just in this moment, let go of all resistance. Let it go, and then fill yourself back up, fill that spot back up with clean, fresh, cleansing air. And allow the light and love from your Heavenly Father to mix with this air. Just envision that there is a column of light coming down from heaven onto the top of your head, and just allow that light to sink down into your head and your neck and trickle down into your shoulders and into your heart, and allow your heart to just pump that light and love and warmth out to every cell, every fiber of your being, so that you're completely filled with this clean, fresh air and light and love from heaven. And listen for any limiting beliefs that are coming up for you about allowing yourself to be fully open and clean, pure, and just filled with light and love. What's your limiting belief? And what's the cost of that limiting belief? If you hold on to that limiting belief, what effect does that have on your physical body? What effect does it have on your relationships? What effect does it have on your mental, your emotional stability and capacity? What is the cost of keeping that limiting belief? What's the cost to your peace? What's the cost to your ability to perform? And if you don't like that cost, you can give yourself permission right now to choose something different. And if you're ready to give yourself permission to choose something different, say yes.
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 Awesome. And then choose some new beliefs. What are some new beliefs? Let's get 2 or 3 new beliefs that will replace that old limiting belief. 2 or 3 new beliefs that will really open you up to receive more light, more love, more cleansing power, and be able to, what new beliefs also will be able to allow you to recognize when there are blocks and resistance inside of you, and to easily and effortlessly let go of it, to give it back to the universe, to give it to Christ, whatever feels right. What new beliefs will empower you to not only receive more light and love and truth and cleansing power, but also to let go of anything that is not serving. And now that you have created these new beliefs, I invite you to also breathe those in, allow them to become part of you, so that as you're stepping forward from this moment forward, you are a brand new person. You are this person that is in alignment with these new beliefs. Breathe them in and allow them to become part of you. And as this new person with these new beliefs, being completely open, what is the one most important thing that you can do today to really give you evidence of these new beliefs, that they are true. What's your inspired shortcut today to gathering evidence of the truth of your new beliefs? In a moment, I'm going to open it up for some shares. Just want to give another invitation. If anybody is struggling in any way, or if you just feel like you need some extra support in this area, please get on askwylene.com. That will take you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute call with me. It's a free call, and I would love to have a conversation with you that I promise will be life-changing. It will give you new insight that you never thought possible. askwylene.com. Who has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I'll say this. My limiting belief is that if I don't, or shutting down or quitting is my limiting belief. And that's going to destroy any inner peace or creativity that I might want to have or desire. So I need to be open. I need to believe in myself's own abilities. I need to know that I am a good person, a daughter of God, and the abuse is over. It's gone.
Mm.
And I have my faith in Jesus Christ. And nobody can take that from me.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Ruby. Who else?
I'll share.
Thanks, Melinda.
My limiting belief is that it's too hard, and like, so any of the like thoughts or ideas that were coming to my head, it's like too difficult to follow through. And I was working with my dad the other day, and we came up with some limiting beliefs, and his new belief came to my mind, which is life is work, and work is play, and play is fun. And
Cool.
so I'm here now, and it's time to just enjoy the journey and get to work.
Wow, awesome. I love that. And June and July are the working months. If those of you who have heard me talk about this, my seasonal goal setting, June and July are work, and August begins the harvest. And so it's good. I think that's a really great belief for this time of year, to focus on the work, and that it's fun. I love that. Any last thoughts before we end our call today?
Yes.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you. Well, for me too, that was very empowering. I'm starting to catch on more that I've been doing the gratitude call for a while, so, trying, but now I'm starting to get a hang of it. So I'm grateful for that. For today, my limiting belief was not allowing myself to love myself for who I am. Because if I don't love myself for who I am, how my kids are going to learn to love themselves?
Mm.
And that's what I'm learning, is that I need to learn to love myself so that my kids can see that it's okay to make mistakes and to forgive yourself for your imperfections and to allow yourself to accept yourself for who you are and allow the atonement of Christ to help you through that forgiveness process and that love for yourself, because it's the pure love of Christ that he knows and loves us for the beauty that he created our beings to be here on earth. And I'm just grateful for that reality today.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you. The word charity came to me as you were talking about that pure love of Christ. Have charity for myself. And what a great way to end our call. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for all of your shares. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for those who are listening on the podcast for following this and for sharing it. I encourage you to share these calls. If there's one that really touches you, or if there's someone that comes to mind as you're on the call, to don't hesitate. Do share those calls, because I get texts, I get private messages from people who someone has shared the call with them, and they're just super grateful. And I'm so grateful that we have this place to come every morning. It's really powerful. Love you guys. We will look forward to being back together tomorrow morning. Or no, we're not going to be here tomorrow morning, tomorrow Saturday. So encourage you guys to continue your practice through the weekend, your daily GPS, your gratitude, and do your gratitude practice throughout the weekend. And then we will be back together tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening. And I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. I'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WileenBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.